Hello everybody, RealBigTinyTimTim here, and welcome back to the AMA series celebrating 1,500 followers on Twitch and now almost 700 subscribers on YouTube. Holy crap. I apologize for not getting this out sooner. I've been really just swamped with stuff. I've had a job interview and trying to get things done, and it has been a hectic past couple days, but now I have a chance to actually sit down and record the rest of the questions, the rest of this series, so hope you guys enjoy. Hope I can answer some questions. I'm gonna try to not make this one as long as the last one. How long do you play? Normal play time for me is right around 3 hours, normally right around pretty much what a normal stream length is. I don't know. After 3 hours, I just get a little tired when I'm doing all the talking and streaming and everything. Like, mentally, it's exhausting. Physically, I could probably go longer, honestly. But it's one of those things, like, when you're streaming, you're constantly thinking about everything else. You're constantly trying to engage with the audience, so it's really mentally draining. So I can only usually play for around 3 hours now. Back when I first got my first drum set, I was able to drum for hours on end. I mean, there were days where I would drum all day, especially during the weekends, and especially during summer. Do you play other instruments? I play guitar, keyboard, and I also do vocals. It's kind of like an all-around, I'm a one-man band kind of thing. I've been trying to make my own music regarding that, but I have not made music in a while, so I might get back into it. I don't know. Is your instrument expensive, and what is the difference between that and a cheap one? So my current drum set ranges in the beginner to intermediate range of kits. It's by no means a cheap drum set, but it's by no means an expensive drum set either. It's kind of mid-range in terms of drum sets and where they go. What I use is a Yamaha Stage Custom drum set, and it's birch wood. It's perfect for any kind of studio recording you might want to do, and really that's why I chose it for the streaming aspect, because technically doing live recording when you're streaming, so I wanted something that I didn't really have to mess with much EQ wise in order to do it. So yeah, it's definitely affordable, but it's gonna be in the kind of mid-tier range of drum sets. The biggest difference between an expensive drum set and a cheap drum set, like a beginner intermediate drum set, is an expensive drum set, you get what you pay for. It's a lot like getting a tattoo. You don't go to a tattoo parlor and pay $10 for a tattoo with tons of detail. It just doesn't happen. Same thing goes for drum sets. You're not gonna spend $500 and get a top-of-the-line drum set made with exotic woods, maybe some composites, maybe it's a hybrid of 2 different woods or 3 different woods. You're not gonna get that for $500. The biggest difference in an expensive kit versus a cheaper kit like this is the hardware that's used, the quality of the wood, and the quality of the build. A lot of more expensive kits will have better hardware attached to it, such as just the hardware holding the drum heads down. It's just overall better quality. Can you get away with using a cheap kit? Absolutely. Get a cheap kit. You can practice on anything. Go to a garage sale, spend $200, $100 on a cheapo kit that somebody had growing up that they're not using anymore. Practice with it. As long as you're practicing, the kit doesn't matter. If you want to do any kind of recording or live shows, then you want to start looking into more expensive drum sets. Do you like sci-fi movies, shows, and community works like SCP? I love sci-fi. So I actually just got done watching all of the Star Trek that was available on Hulu, and it completely enthralled me. Like, I was completely in a world of imagination with it. My favorite Star Trek out of the series is probably The Next Generation. I love Data as a character. He's just absolutely fantastic. When it comes to horror, sci-fi horror like SCP or Aliens or anything like that, I don't do horror, especially space horror. One of my biggest fears is being stuck in space, either in the vacuum, just floating off in the vacuum of space, in the vast emptiness, or being stuck on a derelict ship with something trying to kill me. It's an irrational fear. I know it's never gonna happen to me, but still, it's there. So like SCP, I've never given it a shot. I've never tried it. I have watched a couple Let's Players play it, such as Markiplier and PewDiePie. Other than that, no, I don't care for SCP. But when it comes to sci-fi, I'm much more in line with sci-fi adventure when it comes to space exploration. Star Trek just completely blows me away with how they do things. And now the Orville, I'm really finding I like that. It's got a very next generation feel to it, and it's just fantastic. What song can you listen to and never get tired of? Going back to Five Finger Death Punch, probably hard to see. It just, to me, every time it comes on, I have to listen to it. Same thing with a lot of Metallica songs and a lot of Avenged Sevenfold songs. I grew up learning to play those songs on my drum set and just had a lot of fun with them. If you could learn any instrument, what would it be? Probably guitar, if I'm being completely honest. Guitar is one of those things, like, I have this whole idea for a 3-album discography that I want to create, and it would be purely instrumental, but it would define, like, my thought process, if that makes sense. Like, I've got huge ideas for what I want to make. I just have to be able to play it, and guitar is definitely one of those things I have to learn. That being said, I need to learn bass as well, and I need to really learn how to play synth, or synthesizer, or keyboard, or there's all sorts of things I want to learn in order to make my own music. Favorite dad joke? A ladder married another ladder, but that ladder had a kid. That was now his stepladder. That was bad. What animal would be the cutest if it was downscaled to the size of a cat? See, I'm a big cat fan, so this might be a little bit cheaty, but a lion, a tiger, jaguars, like any big cat, freaking turn it into the size of a house cat or leave it as at the size of a cub its entire life, I could get an ocelot. But yeah, if I could get one of those cats and downscale it to the size of a house cat so it couldn't eat me in one bite, yes, I would absolutely take a tiger or a lion. How are you doing? Seriously, how's life? How are you managing in the new space? So I'm not gonna lie, this is where I'm gonna open up a little bit. Moving into this place, the last month has been the hardest month of my life. I came down here, and first of all, the first hurdle I faced was filling the U-Haul with gas. I didn't expect it to cost as much as it did to get down here just in filling up the U-Haul with gas, but it kind of worked itself out in the end because, one, I never let it get under a half tank of gas. I filled it up, but it was $70 to fill up still. The second hurdle was finding a job. Now, for those of you that have followed me on Twitter or watched me on my Twitch streams, you know I've been struggling the last month to find a job, which is why I really started hitting YouTube and Twitch hard. The last month has been excruciating for me trying to find a job. There hasn't been any luck aside from yesterday I had an interview and I finally got a job at an egg manufacturing plant down here, and I'll be a relief lineman. It's not the best job in the world, but it's a job, and I am totally willing to do it. So that's one burden off my back right now. Another burden is food-wise. There was the first 2.5, 3 weeks I was down here, I ate nothing but TV dinners, and that sucked. It's part of the reason why I'm so tired now. It's part of the reason why I'm so exhausted is because my diet has gone from, you know, eating relatively healthy to eat whatever I could get my hands on because that's what I needed. But now, thanks to you guys for the last month in the Twitch streams, I was able to actually go out and get groceries for the first time in almost a month. Like actual real groceries. I was able to fill up the trunk in the back of my car with groceries, and I was able to feed myself. So thank you guys so much. You have no idea how much it means to me. But I'm able to pay my bills now. I'm able to afford cleaning up the house a little bit like I intend to, and I'm able to feed myself, water myself, talking like I'm a fucking plant. Not only that, but I have a wonderful community that has supported me through this entire thing, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Well guys, that'll do it for part 2 of the AMA. I think I've got one more part I need to record. I'm not sure. If you have anything you want to say or any questions you need to ask, feel free to ask in the comment section down below, and I'd be more than happy to answer them. This has been really fun so far. It's been really fun to just talk and kind of just be real with you guys for a little bit, and I really appreciate that I can do that with you guys. I really appreciate that I have a community that allows me to do that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is RealBigTinyTimTim. I hope to see you in my next video.